audience in the Competent Communicator manual. The time limit, 8 to 10 minutes. Title of the speech, Finding My Own Way, the Importance of Fatherhood and Responsibility. The objectives for Troy's speech are inspire the audience by appealing to nobler motive and challenge the audience to achieve a higher level of belief or achievement. Appeal to the audience needs and emotions using stories and quotes to add drama. He will attempt to do this speech without using his notes. Troy would like for me to read this to you. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, time has flown by this year with amazing events. And in 2016, becoming a Toastmaster member has been one of the greatest challenges in his life. He said that it has been an important building block in his life, reflecting from the day that he became a Toastmaster, January 21st of this year. His experience with the Lompoc Valley of Flowers Toastmaster has contributed to his personal growth and development as a speaker and leader. He is thrilled to be speaking today, ending this year on such a high note. Yay! Becoming a competent communicator. But he says first things first, I must inspire you this evening in my final speech. Troy wants to speak on a topic that has touched him his entire life, and he wishes to end this issue in the world, being fatherless. When Troy completes his speech, please stand and join with me and applaud him for this significant achievement in being awarded Competent Communicator. Ladies and gentlemen, finding my own way, the importance of fatherhood and responsibility. Please welcome Troy.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, how many of you grew up with two parents in your household? All right, everybody take a look around real quick and take this in. Okay, thank you. How many of you grew up with only one parent in your household? All right, everybody take a look around real quick. Thank you. There's a certain kind of love that only a mother can give, but there's also only a certain amount of love a father can give. For most people, having two parents in their household is normal, as you see, but for a few rare people, it's not the case. I was one of those people that grew up fatherless, and it shaped how I viewed reality. Ultimately, I'm happy with who I am today, but that always wasn't the case. First, I want to tell you about my father and my life. Second, how it shaped my reality. And last, why all of you should have a vested interest in stopping the fatherless cycle. By convincing others that it is imperative to be a parent in a child's life, you give the greatest gift to humanity you could ever give. I was born on June 9th, 1988 in Aurora, Colorado. I'm a Colorado native. It's a big thing to them. I was also born on my uncle's birthday. That's why my middle name is Dennis, after my Uncle Dennis. I have a beautiful mother, and we lived in the Denver area for 2 years before she decided that it was best for us to move back home and be with my family for my upbringing. When we moved back, we lived with my grandparents for a couple months before we moved into a low-income townhouse. And for most of my adolescence, we were on welfare and food stamps while my mother went to school. I never noticed any different though, because I was taken care of, and we had a family that loved and cared about us. When I was 12, my mom finally got that degree, and we were able to move out and get the house we always wanted. And it was after that that we got our little doggy too, Brutus. And he was with us for 14 years. My mother was, my mother is, and always will be my guardian angel. Then there's my father. His name is Larry. He grew up in Pennsylvania and met my mother through mutual friends while living in Denver. I was told he was charismatic, good looking, and fun to be around. I'll never forget that day. It was November of 2009, and I just got off work from working at my serving job. And I come into the house, and my mom's looking really sad. It's not normal for her. She said, "Troy, come sit down, I got something to tell you." Okay. She handed me a bookmark with my father's picture on it and an Irish blessing. And she said that he had been found on his sofa in Pennsylvania. He died of a heart attack from a drug overdose in his sleep earlier that year. I didn't know how to react. I was shocked at first, and I was really angry, and I was sad. And then I had a realization. I had wondered who this man was my entire life, and now I would never get to meet him. It felt like part of me died that day. So now that you know a little bit about my father and I want you to know how being fatherless affected me. Without a father or siblings, I had to learn how to be a man by myself. I had to learn how to walk, talk, and act, be a man. I had to learn how to treat a lady. I had to learn how to throw a football. All these things that make a man affected my self-confidence and my image. I mean, don't get me wrong. I had no problem making friends or getting through school or getting jobs. But I just wasn't the person I wanted to be. It took years of belief, practice, and determination to get over my shyness that I had throughout my adolescence. It was very hard for me to talk to women or strangers. Ultimately, I'm happy with the person I am today, but all that pain I had to go through could have easily been taken care of with the Father's word. I think we can all agree that life is 50-50. A mother can show you one side of life, but she can't show you the whole part. I had to find that part for myself. After my father's death, I got to meet my other side of the family, but I made a promise that day. I would never do that to my children. I would never put them through that brutality. I will always be there for them. My last point is why you all should have a huge vested interest in stopping the fatherless cycle. I mean, how many of you love this country? Pretty much everybody, right? Having a positive male role model in one's life can be the difference between a life in jail or becoming the president of the United States. Fathers make their children emotionally and psychologically healthier. And also, if the mother feels affirmed, she's a better mother to the children. That's a win-win. Fathers that are playful, thoughtful, and involved in the children's lives have higher IQs. They're better with schooling, and they can handle stress more. They're more confident, they're social, they explore more, and they're more secure in themselves. And they also don't experience depression or lie as much. I think we can all see the benefits of a father in a life, because guess what? Those people benefit our lives when they're good people. Good people make a good world. Have you connected the dots yet? We're all in this together, whether we think it or not. If every family in America had a loving mother and father, we wouldn't need that jail up on that hill. We wouldn't need all these laws. We would be a paradise. A few people in here and I were the lucky ones that made it out because we had loving families. But there are a lot of people out there that don't have that. These kids end up on the streets getting shot, going to jail, getting addicted to drugs, abused, neglected, forgotten, not becoming the people that they were destined to be. So, what I need from you guys is, if you support stopping fatherless children, please stand up with me and take a pledge. Take a pledge that you will spread the word to help stop fatherless children from ever happening. It means the world to us. Madam Toastmaster.